Man, oh, these weeks they just don't stop. They just keep rolling. Your boy Chili hanging out with you, and I am gonna try to. I gotta condense the show. I had some guests lined up, but um, I apparently gotta jump on the AALL.net private jet. Not so private. Um, I got to take care of some business. So shout out to my folks over there, Papa Hiniosa and company at AALL.net, making sure that I can get back because I really want. I said I was gonna bring some backpacks out. Bring some backpacks out. Shout out to my folks over there, Hex Brand. They hooked me up with a couple of these backpacks. I think like 4 or 5 or something like that. To donate to this backpack drive that will be taking place over at the Vale. Shout out to Will Johnson, who's bringing out his boy Walter Nolan tomorrow, 12 to 3 at Maryvale. People have been donating backpacks, school supplies, things like that, making sure that they try to help take care of the kids that are in the community and stuff. So shout out to everybody that's been a part of that and a part of the give back. I always think that stuff's important. So I want to support as much of it as I can. Shout out to the Carter brothers, getting the opportunity to team up with some young Arizona Cardinals and make this happen. I know that Young Star 7-on-7 and Sound Mind, Sound Body out of Michigan 7-on-7 program were a big part of this. Canes, there's some other sponsors involved, and I think I heard something about like Walmart trying to contribute some bread or whatever Walmart's doing. It's gonna be big. So look, I just think it's cool that that these guys are trying to put some roots down. They're going to be out here for a while. They're going to be out in Arizona for a while, a part of that community. So it makes sense. So shout out to them and all the cool stuff that they're trying to build, and shout out to the Carters for bridging that and making sure that they can get some guys out there to drive the neighborhood forward with all the madness that is kind of going on out and about. So just trying to make sure that the kids can have some opportunities. Me and my guy Gridiron's going to be on in a second here. We're going to break down some schedules. I think we got about 2 weeks left of schedule breaking down. So I think we got about 2 weeks left of schedule breaking down before we transition into game previews, and we're going to start out with the small schools and stuff like that. I heard that Chandler Media Day, CUSD Media Day was a success. The Bashas, the Chandlers, the Hamiltons, the Perrys, the ACPs, the Castiles. I think I forgot somebody because I always do. But big success. I do know that BJ Media has his media days coming up, and pretty much everybody. I know there's like a West Side Media Day, Scottsdale Media Day. So shout out to all the press and media that's making an attempt to get out to as many of these as possible, to showcase as many kids as possible and show some love. Real quick, I do got to show some love to a new sponsor, Pocari Sweat, hooking up a hydration drink. Very, very similar, and I don't want to give free pub away, but if you've ever had a Gator Light or whatever, which if you know, me and Blair and Gulo from 24/7, huge fans of Gator Light. Like that is like a thing. Like anytime we go cover an event or whatever, we typically hit like a 7-Eleven, Circle K or whatever, and we find a Gator Light, and we kind of toast the great event, have the Gator Light, and move on. Great hydration drink, but this is absolutely amazing. I don't know why it's called Pocari Sweat. I think that this is like a predominant like Asian drink. I know that Gridiron said that he can't really drink this, but I absolutely love this stuff. I swear by it. So as soon as Gridiron makes himself available, I'm going to bring him on because yes, I do have to catch a jet and get to Arizona so that I can check this thing out, because my guy Papa Hiniosa, he totally got me, and I thought that this backpack giveaway, back to school giveaway thing was another day. So shout out to Papa Hiniosa. But hey, ALL.net, taking care of the jet. Also, I want to show some love to some of the other sponsors. I got to show some love to Henry Brown GMC. As you guys know, took care of the big man competition special event, the Hummer Pull this past Flight Club. Also, Recruit ID with their new Recruit ID Plus platform. Make sure that you guys get familiar with it. Listen, I'm not saying that you have to buy a bracelet or whatever, but it's just a cool opportunity to get a cool product that will help you with the recruiting process. It's a little bracelet that you wear, and then you can beam all your info to a coach's phone pretty simply. I know that people are using cards and stuff like that, and that's cool. But those card things, I think also those card things also like it's another step, because the bracelets you wear on your wrist, beep, beam all the info. The cards, you're gonna have to go to your backpack, get it out of your wallet, and then tap it. And it's cool technology, the same technology. This one is wearable and is always at your disposal, and the other one not so much. So there's that. My guy Devin Horn, timeout Dev. I see my man. He is absolutely cooking with some content. So make sure that y'all are keeping your eyes peeled for all the content that my man Dev is putting out there. He's chilling with Pete, right? Yo, Chili, I'm with Pete. He's chilling with Pete No right now. That's like his PIC, in case y'all don't know. Pete doing a lot of stuff, taking pictures, a lot of quality content also, and showing a lot of love to a lot of the kids out there. So make sure that you guys are, tapped in with some of these guys. Timeout Dev, I can never remember the handle. It's a Timeout Dev, and one of those letters is an X instead of whatever actual letter is supposed to be. I always mess it up, so I don't want to mess it up and give y'all the wrong thing. I'll retweet or repost some stuff. They're at the ground up. They're at the ground up event right now. So shout out to my guy, Coach Anderson, training quarterbacks. We got a lot of great quarterback trainers out there in the Valley. Coach Anderson is one of them. Spent some time coaching at ASU during the Coach Edwards days, and fantastic coach. Coaching quarterbacks, Ground Up Academy. Make sure you guys are checking it out. A lot of talented arms out there. I usually see like Case Vanden Bosch getting some work. So shout out to the Brophy quarterback. Free plug. Other than that, I'm gonna bring on my guy Gridiron, because we do got to run through this real quick. But we are not going to hold back in showing love. We are going to make sure that these boys get as much love. These programs get as much love as possible. We're gonna I think we're covering a 4A and a 6A school tonight. I'm actually super excited to talk about both of these schools. Hang out about 10 seconds. My guy Gridiron is gonna jump on, as Eric would say, the handsomest man in media. And by the way, hey, shout out to my guy Eric. Congratulations, Eric Newman, proud father. And I want to show him some love. Special dude. Just because he moved away to Wisconsin, like, doesn't mean that like I don't talk to him no more. Like, I try to reach out and text him every now and then, and good human, and always shows love. So there's that. Congratulations on the kid. First pair of Jordans on me. You know the deal. Holler at you soon. Gridiron. I'm gonna bring my guy Gridiron on. He's probably gonna show some love to Eric, because who doesn't want to show love to one of our guys having a little guy? So, and it is going to be a boy. So any of us that are around for another 18 years, if Gridiron's doing this 18 years from now, like 16, 14 years from now, he might be, look, Eric's kid might make it onto, his team might make it onto the manual scoreboard. You never know. Anyways, about 10 seconds, we're going to bring my guy Gridiron on for the Inside the Number segment. Hang out with us. 10 seconds. Boom, boom. And just like that, the handsomest man. Look at that shirt.
Look at that.
Man, I dig that. Look at that. I like what you got going on over there. Is that a Disney?
Got to keep up with the hat there, right?
Yeah, no. I feel like there's like some hidden Mickeys on there. Maybe not so hidden.
There's some Mickeys mixed in. This is a Mrs. Gridiron original here. Yeah.
I dig that. Man, look at how fresh that is. Are the buttons Mickey Mouse also?
Yes, they are.
Look at you.
Yeah. We got the Mickey buttons too. Yeah.
That is some actual fire. That is some actual fire. I love what my man Gridiron got going on.
And shout out to Eric that you mentioned there. A little Wesley Newman, born on Sunday. Ironically enough, it's Zach's birthday was when he was born, so
Oh, okay.
he might be separated from Zach geography, but obviously, now
Forever
they
connected.
share another bond. And I don't think the manual scoreboard is going to be expanding to other states, so he's gonna have to move back here to get on there.
That's okay. Eric loved Arizona, so I feel like that might not be so out of the question, but
we are just over 4 weeks away from the debut of this year's scoreboard.
Hey, shout out to my guy Adam Beadle. I know
was
that.
there. Yeah, well,
I know that. I know that he was at CUSD Media Day. I know that he was at CUSD Media Day. He said no chili or gridiron at CUSD Media Day. But
I don't do media days.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I don't.
We do
remember
media days 52 weeks a year.
True. And I think we've shown love to most of the Chandler schools. So
we have. I know we did Chandler. We did Perry.
Basha coming soon.
For our schedule breakdown, Basha is coming soon. Yep.
Basha's coming soon. And there's that. So hey, look, Beadle. As long as Beadle was there, we'll get the juice at some point. But yeah, I heard that it was smooth. I heard that teams are bringing more kids than ever to these media days, expanding media day rosters. So
I noticed they had gold balls on the table there as Chandler and Hamilton were shaking hands, and all I know is those gold balls are at least 3 years old.
Oh, sheesh. Dang, Gridiron setting the tone. Yikes. All right. I didn't expect Gridiron to go there, but since he did, I think that's time for us to get to these schedules. Hey, Beadle, same expression, same. I felt the same way when
this
that.
Might be the year that the CUSD gets it back. Having said that.
Oh man, my guy Gridiron pulls no punches. Hey, look, we are still in schedule breakdown mode. So as we transition to that, we're going to show love to one of these teams that has had an amazing summer, if you will. Been absolutely balling at 7-on-7 events, and I think that they got a lot going for them. You see the hashtag Tempe turnaround frequently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited. Making the move up to the 4A, Tempe, and this schedule is interesting schedule. So I'm excited for them. There's a healthy mix of talented teams in here. We're gonna get right into this. Coach Freeman's crew, Alhambra to start off, usually has some athletes out there. Carl Hayden for game 2. On the road, and now they're going to go on, I guess, kind of a couple road games over here. Carl Hayden, and then they get Flagstaff.
Quite a road game.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to set the tone early, and then they get Flagstaff in Flagstaff. That's going to be a trip. Gridiron, I'm gonna let you go inside the numbers on this game and let me know what you think.
Yeah, long road trip. The Eagles were 6-4 last season, and they do return quarterback Chase Brown, who had 1,800 passing yards and 15 touchdowns. Flagstaff does play their games indoors at NAU's Sky Dome for their home games.
That's legit. I think that's going to be a good opportunity for Tempe to really embrace the moment over there and try to do some things, because I'm just kind of guessing.
I think that might open up some eyes if they won the Flagstaff game.
Yeah, no, for sure, and get some of their guys on the radar. So recruiting is always a thing. Anytime you get an opportunity to play in a college stadium, make sure that you take advantage. After that, they got this interesting game versus La Jolla. La Jolla's got this super talented receiver that I absolutely love. That I've seen this offseason, Jaden Quick. I think that he could open some eyes too, and Tempe better be ready for that game, because Jaden Quick can make things happen, like his last name, very, very quick.
Mm-hmm. Fitting last name.
Yeah, and they get that game at home, so friendly confines. After that, they got a little home stand over here. They get Desert Sunrise, so they don't have to make that long trip. After that, they are on the road versus Greenway. I know Greenway's got some shakeups on their coaching staff, bringing in some talented coaches. One of them being Coach Bruzon, who I think we're all familiar with the last name. So
Yep.
I'm super excited to see what's going on over there. And
Have they got a quarterback for him to work with over there?
shoot, you never know, Coach.
I assume they did, or he wouldn't have been there.
Coach Bruzon, Well, I think Coach Bruzon's going to be coaching defensive backs, but
Okay.
I think that's actually kind of his specialty. So we'll see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they got a couple of new coaches on staff over there, and I like what
Coach
they got
Cook
going
over there at Greenway, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So I think it's just some of the positional coaches and the culture. The culture I think is going to be building up again, and I'm excited to see what Coach Cook is able to put together over there. And that chess match between him and Freeman should be a lot of fun to watch. After that, Moon Valley at home. Moon Valley has been known to have some talented kids on their roster that can make some plays. So, I think that this game will be interesting. And I see my man Gridiron has that circled for a reason. Gridiron, I'm going to let you go inside the numbers on this one.
Yeah, I think the Rockets could be. This is obviously a new region that they're in, the 4A Black Canyon region, new for pretty much all the teams. I think Rockets could be the preseason region favorites in that one. They return quarterback Javondre Zuri. He's a sophomore. Last year started as a freshman, had 6 passing touchdowns and 8 rushing touchdowns. So a dual threat over there, that has a year of varsity experience.
Man, this schedule. We'll go into my thoughts on the schedule in a minute. After the Moon Valley game, they get Independence on the road. Independence is a team that's been I want to say a little hot and coldish, but the years that they're hot, they're pretty hot. So, I think that this game should be something to monitor. Another team, Glendale, hot and cold. This is a team when Coach York has this team up, they're pretty up. Marcos Deniza. Nothing like a rivalry game to finish this out, and Tempe getting an intercity rivalry. Is that right? Okay. Intercity rivalry. So, right down the street. So,
and that's a Thursday night game for the Marcos game. That last game.
Yeah, at home. So
there's a mistake on that schedule there. That is a road game at Marcos.
Oh, it's at Marcos.
It is at Marcos. I've got the AIA schedule pulled up. Okay. That is their 5th road game. So that if you on their schedule there, they only have 4 road games. So that Marcos game is a road game.
Okay. So that
they're not going to go very far to get there, but
they're not going to have to go very far to get there. But I mean, listen, this is how Tempe, they're making the jump up to 4A, and this is an opportunity for them to try to get.
They didn't get moved.
Right. They wanted this. Yes. They wanted this. So I think that Tempe has some things budding within their system, and I kind of like this for them. Coach Figueroa, I know he's going to he takes all his games seriously, but this is one that it's going to be like if Marcos was playing McClintock back a couple years ago, or whatever.
The Tempe McClintock rivalry used to be really big.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's something that Coach Freeman also wants back. So. I think that this is one of the first pieces to getting it, and I think a good showing versus Marcos is going to be the opportunity for him to reach out to Coach Huffine and be like, "Hey, man, we want McClintock on our schedule too, and we want to play all these Tempe teams. Pretty soon they're going to want to play 6A Coronel del Sol and get Mountain Point, and then build a whole Tempe region." But anyways, I like this. I like the way they get to finish this out, and I'm big on this Tempe team. I love what Coach Freeman's building over there. This Tempe turnaround. He's been screaming this for a couple of years now. Coach Pinnick, he loves his OC over there. Coach Pinnick, it's his 3rd year with them. The DC is new. Coach Wilcox is his 1st year over there. They got some other guys over there like Coach Reeves working with the quarterbacks and then taking over the lower level as a OC for JV. Look, man, I love this quarterback that they have right now, Saul. I think that he's absolutely special. I believe it's Saul Mendez. Super talented kid. Also business owner. I saw Richard Obert write an article about him showing love, doing the car detailing and stuff. And look, natural leader. The kid is a natural leader, has full control of the offense and respect of the coaching staff and his teammates. They have another quarterback athlete over there. This is not going to be a quarterback competition or anything like that, but I believe that there will probably be some packages put in there. Which what I think is going to be cool is going to give Saul either an opportunity to get a little in-game break or for him to do some different things. So this kid Jaleel West
plays in there too.
Yeah, this kid Jaleel West is a transfer from South, and I believe he'll be able to play the back half. A ton of kids that we got to see in Flight Club, one of them being a wide receiver athlete, Mark Jackson. This kid's an absolute stud, big-time playmaker. They got another long receiver over there, wide receiver CJ Brown, and a young kid, Alex Lara, who I got to see pop off for a touchdown last year on a Thursday night on the Epic Sports Network. Shout out to our guy, James Poovey, out there making the high school movie. Tight end, John Washington, trying to follow in the footsteps. This kid is an absolute tank. I think that Coach Freeman really likes to get the ball in the hands of his tight end, get some of those, turn some of those short yardage plays into long gains. So we'll see how this works out. Offensive line, defensive lineman, Trenton Wallace, absolute dog. And one of my favorite guys, Zion Walters, edge athlete. You're gonna see him on offense a little bit, but long, rangy kid. We're gonna see him get into the quarterback a lot. A pair of linebackers that are studs. One of them, Jaden Chavez, who I absolutely love, and Brooklyn Curran. Both of them Mesquite transfers. I believe that they're going to get all 10, which is really, really good news for Tempe.
I want to say Chavez was with Tempe last year.
Is it? Was Brooklyn with him last year?
I don't think Brooklyn was, but I'm pretty sure Jaden Chavez was with Tempe last year.
Maybe it's Brooklyn that's obviously getting the fast track then, and he'll get an opportunity. And then a pair of athletes, Jaden Hart Rodriguez and Isaiah Smith Muhammad. I think that these guys will get opportunities to contribute in a variety of ways, and I know Coach Freeman's super excited. Listen, like I said, I'm gonna get to this schedule breakdown in a second, but this is a talented roster, and these kids believe. They made some noise at Flight Club, which I know that Gridiron absolutely loved. Gridiron loves seeing that fresh blood get opportunity. So Gridiron, I'm gonna let you take it away. Go inside the number on this Tempe program.
Yep, Tempe 5-5 last season. They had a 4-game win streak in September for the second year in a row. Their last playoff game was in 2019. Head coach Sean Freeman, he's in his 4th year with the Buffaloes, and they are in the 4A Black Canyon region. And as we mentioned, they are moved up for 25. Quarterback Saul Mendez, he's a senior. This is his 4th year as a starter. Had his best season last year, 2,210 passing yards, 26 TDs. It's going to be interesting because when you go inside the numbers for last year's stats on offense, they don't have any returning rushers that had more than 50 yards on varsity. They don't have any receivers that had more than 160 receiving yards on varsity. Their top 4 pass catchers graduated. So you do have Mark Jackson, CJ Brown that we saw over the summer, and a few other guys. It's going to kind of be to see who can step up as, who Mendez can get to be his big targets because they lost a lot of guys. On defense, the team only kept stats for 3 games, so we don't have any numbers to go into there. But some players to watch. Adrian Hackett is a senior linebacker. Jaden Chavez was on the team last year. He's a senior linebacker. And then defensive end Zion Walters, senior. He's 6'4", 200. Getting some after high school college looks as well. If we look at the opponents on Tempe's schedule, which you have up there, they combined to go 31-69 in 4A last year. So I think it's not out of the realm of possibility to say that some of the opponents that Tempe faced last year in 3A, might have been better teams than some of the ones here on this schedule. No teams on that schedule made the playoffs last season. So whoever, wins that region, they might have to win a couple extra games depending on what their out of conference slate is to see if they can make that top 24 out of the big crowded. I think it's 57 teams or something like that. Tempe only played 1 JV game in 24 and only played 3 freshman games in 24. Part of that being 3A, that a lot of 3A teams don't field lower level teams.
All right.
Okay. They are planning 3 levels for this year.
I think they're only going to do 2.
You're right. No JV.
Yeah.
Just
I think they're going to do a frosh soft.
Freshman and varsity this year.
I think they're gonna do a Frosh soft team.
Yeah.
And
Well, I say Frosh, but
yeah,
all freshman level teams are now freshman, sophomore statewide.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. All right. This is okay.
I don't think teams stack freshman teams with sophomores. I think it's more for, if you either don't have enough freshmen, or if you have sophomores that might not quite be ready for JV or varsity, or if you don't have a JV and they're not ready for varsity. But I think most of your key contributors on the freshman teams are still freshmen.
We'll conversate about that in the transition. But listen, if the same Tempe team that was hyped up and jacked up at Flight Club, like if they can bring that energy and momentum with them, this team is going 8-2. 8-2 with this schedule. They're going to go 8-2 with this schedule. I think potentially could win 9 games, but I'm not going to put them down for 9 because then that also means I think they can win 10. So if this Tempe team comes jacked up and serious and ready to play, if Coach Freeman has these Buffaloes ready to run into the storm, this team is going 8-2. Barring
and they should get off to a good start with those first 2 games against Phoenix Union teams.
Now you said it. I wasn't.
Well, I'm just saying
I wasn't going to do Alejandra and Carl Hayden like that, but since you did that to them, I'm going to 100% agree with you. They really got to come out, set the tone, put the smack down on these teams, and let Saul get hot and prepare to throw 30 touchdowns this year and chase 3,000 yards passing. That's what they got to do. That's what they got to do. And if they do,
I mean, I wouldn't have said that if the first 2 games on the schedule were Snowflake and Micah Mountain.
Hey, they got to set the tone, and they got to set the tone
well, that's what I'm
early.
At, is that it's a good chance to set the tone with those 2 games.
Because those two teams that you just mentioned are going to be licking their chops to see Tempe in the playoffs at some point. So this team, I'm going to say 8-2 with the potential to squeeze a 9th. A lot of these teams on their schedule, you already brought up the record, but a lot of these teams on their schedule are super hot and cold, super up and down year to year. So like we kind of just don't know. But I am going to say Tempe is going to be 8-2, and I think that Saul is going to have these guys right, and Coach Freeman is going to have these guys motivated with his Denzel Washington. Remember the Titan speeches weekly.
He's inspirational. Yes, yeah.
And these guys are gonna be ready to go. So there's that. Gridiron. I'm gonna let you go ahead, jump inside the numbers, and give us your full breakdown on how you think that this is going to go for Tempe.
I'm going to go a little under 8-2.
Because he's a hater.
I'm going to go for improvement over last year, which is impressive when you go up a level. But I'm going to go 6-4 on this one.
6-4. So you think they can win 7? So you think you legitimately think they could?
I've been surprised by Tempe already this summer. So
yes, you have.
I remember sitting there getting the bracket ready and looking at it and saying, "Holy cow! Tempe was the number 6 seed. They went 3-0." And then when the big man competition ended, and I looked at the brackets again, and I said, "My gosh, Tempe's still playing." So it's they've surprised me already. Twice in one night this summer. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see them do better. But I also know that they're not playing, some of the opponents that they used to get those 5 wins last season either. There's no Window Rock on the schedule, and things like they're not going to have to travel as far as Window Rock. But so some of these Glendale District teams, which is basically the region that they're in, with Greenway, Moon Valley, Independence, and Glendale. 4 of the teams are in the Glendale district. And it does seem that way that every few years, they come up, and I haven't scouted out all the Glendale district teams, but there's that year where they have all their seniors together and they're ready to make a big push, or certainly an improvement on what they've had here in recent years.
Look, man, there's been years in the past where Glendale has been up, and they had that quarterback that I absolutely love, the dual threat kid, and then they
Mhm.
had the big edge rusher that I like, the edge rusher outside
Yep.
linebacker.
And they always have a lot
Green
of Glendale.
and Greenway. There was years when Greenway was solid and competitive.
Hmm.
There was a couple years where La Jolla was like 8-2 or whatever, and competitive. Carl Hayden has been okay at times, but I'm
Desert
really gonna.
Sunrise is still a new school. They only won 2 games last season, but they're growing.
And I know what I'm about to say is going to come off as highly disrespectful to the 10 teams on this schedule. But look, I think that like Valley Christian over the past few years or Ben Franklin over the past few years could be very, very successful with
Hmm.
this schedule.
That's what
They
I'm
like,
saying. And those are the three A
like,
teams that Tempe had to play last year.
yeah. So
They
like,
were in that region.
and I just think that this schedule at this particular point in time is very, very friendly for Tempe.
Yes.
And with the momentum that Tempe has right now and the little bit of hype that they have right now, that if they take this serious, that they could be going into the playoffs, going into selection Saturday, 8-2, eating
They
burritos
have
with
to
a
be
lot
eight
to
and
look
two
forward to.
unless a couple of these opponents have big seasons.
Yeah, I think they're going to be 8-2, and we're going to have to bring Zion and Saul on the show to have you answer some questions because you said
They
6.
they will have answered all the questions if they're sitting there 8-2. So
In fact, I think that's a thing that we're going to do. I know we've talked about this with like Mountain Point, but for any team that has a discrepancy of 2 games of picks between me and Gridiron, if you exceed if you get to the high number
if you beat my
or
by 2,
yeah,
yeah,
then I am going to bring a couple kids on the show, and Gridiron is going to have to answer questions
yep,
from you guys.
yep.
You guys are gonna. I'm gonna let you guys have some fun and grill Gridiron. That's what
By
we're
no
gonna call a
means am I
segment.
rooting against Tempe once they win number 7, but
No, he's definitely not. Like he wants you to come on the show and grill
yeah,
him. So,
absolutely.
And who knows? Who knows? If Tempe is 8-1, if Tempe is 8-1, going into Marcos Deniza, Gridiron may go out of the norm
And go to
and
a
even
Thursday
cover
night.
the game
Absolutely.
and cover a Thursday night game just to show the love and give the love back. You just never know. You just never
You
know.
never know. I mean,
You just never know.
or
You just never know.
never.
I don't want to guarantee. I don't want to guarantee anything because look, the schedules and the times that we have is like it's like super precious or whatever. But you just never know. Real quick, since you brought it up, Gridiron, we're talking about freshman teams and freshman sophomore teams and JV teams and varsity teams. This is just my opinion.
I think it was about 3 years ago that they kind of started the freshman sophomore.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion, my humble opinion. And I got 2 of them. I got 2 humble opinions. So
and it might have been right after COVID when the freshmen didn't get to have a season.
One of these humble opinions is 4A and below should be Frostoff and varsity. Frostoff varsity.
You mean they should have 3 levels?
Yeah.
But
no, I think
schools aren't big enough to have 3 levels.
I think they should have 2 levels.
Oh,
I think they should have a freshman sophomore team and then varsity.
And a varsity.
Because the reality is they really don't have enough numbers, and they have to use a lot of those some of the high level sophomores and some of whatever to fill out their varsity roster to compete.
But especially once you get to the back half of the season, when you get injuries on the varsity roster and you got to pull guys up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you get the limits, where you can't necessarily play a guy in both, Wednesday and Friday.
And then 5A, 6A, I think that they should get their 3 levels there. Freshman.
I think most of the 5A, 6A do have the 3 levels.
Well, yeah, but you'd be surprised.
I know
some of them.
Some of the 5A numbers are an issue. Yeah.
I just like even like Saguaro. I don't like. I love what Coach Kelly's doing, but the reality is I don't know if they have the actual numbers to fill out 3 full teams. They might not.
The enrollment of that school is only like 1,100 or something like that. I think
it's low. It's low, and shout out to Coach Kelly for making it work. But it's just difficult. So they should probably have like, and it's tough because now they're 6A, but they should probably have like a Frosh soft team and then a varsity team. But for the most part, and I know that makes it difficult for scheduling because once you get to the region part, then a lot of the region teams have like 3 teams, and then they got to start scrambling to find games. But it's just crazy because like some of these teams, like the Chandlers and the Bashes and the Highlands and the Centennials and the Liberties,
Brophy.
they have like 2 freshman teams.
And Brophy's the same way. That they have a freshman A and a freshman B, and there's only a few schools that they are able to play those freshman B games. Liberty usually being one of them.
It's so insane, and like I feel for some of these like 4A programs or some of these programs that are playing up.
Saguaro's only playing 2 levels this year. No JV for Saguaro.
Smart. That is such a smart move by Coach Kelly. What's called Notre Dame Prep playing up in the 5A. I think that they should probably be a 2-level team where they have freshmen.
Because that enrollment's under 900 over there at Notre Dame Prep.
Easy. What's it called? I know Seton's down to 3A now, which is probably about right, but no sense in them having 3 levels. They should probably have like 2 levels. I don't know if they've moved to the 2-level model or not. But
NDP does have 3 levels.
Yeah, and NDP has taken a lot of pride in their JV program, super competitive. And the only reason I bring that up, another group, the Carter brothers, they take a lot of pride in their JV program. Like for and I know I'm going in a lot of directions here, but
Notre Dame's JV team last year defeated Desert Edge, Brophy, and Horizon.
A lot of
pretty big programs there.
For a lot of programs, the JV team is like kind of like no man's land. It's just it's just a weird like middle area where
because you're excited to build the freshmen because you have 3 years with them, and then the varsity, and you're right,
it's obviously the
troubled middle child, I guess.
Yes, it's the who's that girl, the Jam Brady,
right,
or whatever. So, but yeah, like I think like for the smaller schools, the 4A schools and below, the 2-team model is a smarter move where they have Frosh soft and then varsity. And I think
a lot of Tucson is like that too. A lot of the Tucson ones will play their freshman games on Thursday, and I think it is more like just 2 levels. The public schools in Tucson, which are 4 and 5A for the most part.
And I think that it makes sense. We do got another team to break down though. So as we move on, as we transition, we call this the transition part of the Inside the Numbers segment. We do got another team to break down. Another team I'm super excited about. I currently love the direction of the program. This Mountain Ridge team. There's reason to be excited over there. I love what Coach Andrew Johnson is doing over there, bringing in a whole lot of culture, a lot of great coaches over there. With Coach Outley as his new OC, he's tapping him as the new OC over there. And then
Saguaro, right?
Yeah, from Saguaro / Brophy. He was at Brophy for a hot minute, and then made the move. I think he's like associate head coach too. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure if he's got that title, but I think that he's got that title. He's also got co-DCs LeBlanc and Hernandez. LeBlanc has been at Mountain Ridge for a minute, and
I want to say this is his last. I want to say I read a thing recently that this is going to be Coach LeBlanc's last year at Ridge.
What I wasn't sure if he was saying that it was his last year or his last year with that group.
It could be. Maybe you could be right. I remember reading the tweet. It was probably today, but you're right. It could have been construed the way you're thinking there.
I wanted to reach out, but then like I always get sad when they tell me it's their last year. Yeah. So then I always get sad. But also Coach Hernandez is the co-DC over there with LeBlanc. Hernandez spent a good amount of years over there at Brophy. Herbs, the offensive line coach, has had his big fellas working hard this offseason. Hickam, from Horizon over there at Mountain Ridge now, great community guy, really knows how to guide the young guys, and I believe that he's going to be a part of the lower level programs too. Coach Johnson has done an amazing job filling out the staff. I cannot say enough about it. I know Coach Tollefson's over there. I think he's guiding the freshman program. I love what's being built over there at the top, and the kids, the way that they're harnessing the talent over there, a lot of good kids over there, but
Well,
first things first.
and part of it with Coach Johnson is he was hired very late.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like the first day of spring ball in 2024 that the head coach decided to step down and go. He ended up going to a college program, but that was when he stepped down. Was the first day of spring ball. So whoever was left as the assistants had to run spring ball, and then Coach Johnson was hired in like
Coach LeBlanc
in June or maybe even into July. So he didn't have time to build a staff, so to say, and so he's had this is his first full off season to be able to do that.
Yeah, Coach LeBlanc was running the team at the time, and did a great job.
And I did
Coach
get to see them last year. I was at Coach Johnson's career victory #1, the opening night over at Tolleson.
Nice. Okay. And Coach LeBlanc last year was running the team in the off season, and he was very, very serious about like, hey, I want to get into Flight Club. I want to bring the program back into Flight Club. We were super successful using that as a tool with Brendan Anderson and that class, the 2023s and stuff. Do you have room? And I said, hey, listen, I don't know who your head coach is going to be. As soon as you guys hire a head coach, have him reach out, and I will try to get you guys in. As soon as they hired Coach Johnson immediately, he was announced, and then all of a sudden he got on the horn.
I just found it. June 11 was when he was hired.
Yeah, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, we want him Flight Club.
2 weeks before Flight Club.
Can you squeeze us in?" And I was like, coach, I don't know if I can squeeze you in right now, but if you want to wait and see who drops out or whatever, I can try to make magic happen. When somebody dropped out, I think that they had he had either given them time off or planned camp or whatever, and we just couldn't make it work. But he was very, very adamant in jumping in. And then he jumped in this year. He wanted to make sure that his guys got competition. He had some guys out, but he just wanted to show them the level of what he wants them playing at. So I love Coach Johnson for showing me love, showing my event love. So I just want to say that and trying to use it as a tool to keep his guys ready to work. Anyways, the important thing is we got to break down this Mountain Ridge varsity football team. And I am going to say that this schedule pretty challenging. Out the gates, they get this Cactus team with a super talented quarterback, a bunch of talented athletes over there that are ready to go. This is a game that I talked about during the Cactus segment about a rivalry game of sorts in the makings. The 2023 class, the 2023 class on both sides, Will Galvan's Cactus boys and Brendan Anderson's Mountain Ridge guys, they wanted to line up against each other so bad because they played in the inaugural Underground Flight Club and started a private heated rivalry. These guys, they had love for each other, absolutely hated each other. So I talked to Brendan Anderson about this briefly at Flight Club. He's like, man, I wish if I could get out to one game on this schedule, this would probably be the game that I would try to get out to.
That's Luke Berlin over there now, right? The former Blue Ridge quarterback.
Yeah, absolute stud.
We're assuming he'll be eligible because obviously you move all the way from the White Mountains to the Valley.
Yeah. And then after Cactus, Mountain Ridge gets a tough Pinnacle team at Pinnacle, which is has a super loaded quarterback room, about half of which should be available game one. After that, they get Mountain Point at home. They get a short little homestand versus a couple Tempe Union schools. We already know, Mountain Point's loaded with some talent over there. We love Josiah Smith, Christian Escobedo. They got another quarterback over there that can change the pace a little bit. Talented running backs, big offensive line with my guy Cheese, Tyreek Washington, and then obviously the big fella we all know. So there's that. But after that, Desert Vista.
Aaron Thomas, the offensive tackle.
So after that,
State University, Aaron Thomas.
OH. After that, Desert Vista
That's a
I'm gonna
that's
let
a
you.
Thursday game, the home game there against Desert Vista.
And Desert Vista's got some dudes. Kyler Junaski's an absolute
Mhm.
monster, and Desert Vista also won the Monday night, make your name
Yep.
Monday Flight Club event. So Desert Vista's got some guys. I love what Coach McSpadden's doing over there. So I'll let you go inside the numbers on this matchup.
Yeah, obviously, as we mentioned, a tough opening there with Cactus, Pinnacled, Mountain Point. So after that kind of start, the Lions really need to get rolling with this game. The Thunder 2-8 last season, but they do return running back Kyler Dranansky, who had 8 touchdowns, and quarterback Seth Hansen, who had 24 TD passes.
Yeah, Drunasky is a problem. I call him Drew Nasty because he can cause some absolute problems out there. After that, on the road at Valley Vista, new coach over there, DeRocher, from Chandler, and they got some dudes over there that can absolutely go, and I think DeRocher is going to be great over there. Bring a new attitude and change some things up culturally over at Valley Vista. So I think that this is going to be an interesting matchup. After that, this one's going to be tough. They get Liberty and Boulder Creek back to back.
Well, now they do get a bye week after Liberty, which is probably
which they might need. Very, very timely. Very, very timely. Boulder Creek's going to be physical too. So I know that that's kind of like a rivalry or something like that up there.
Yes.
Rivalry game-ish.
Yes.
So they got that little weird Bermuda Triangle thing of rivalry with Boulder Creek and O'Connor and Mountain Ridge. So
they're all up in the valley. Yeah.
Right. So after that, man, it's tough and it's on the road. At Centennial, loaded our guy Kane Mana, Torrin Hill, a lot of dogs over there. Coach Carter, one of the best DB coaches out there. It's going to be shut down city. So we'll see how this shapes up. Then they got the long trip to see our guy Coach Zadepski at Shadow Ridge, the other side of the world.
It's not that long for them. They're already up in the Northwest.
Yeah, but Shadow Ridge
is
still
for you
far.
To see Zadepski.
No, it's still far. That's got to at least be like a healthy hour and 15 minutes from Mountain Ridge still, right?
No.
No? With the traffic?
Mountain Ridge is out by 67th Avenue, so it's already.
Hey, somebody in the chat let us know. Somebody in the chat.
They went to Shadow Ridge last year and won that game 24-21 also.
Hey, that was close. All right. Mm-hmm. And then they finish up. With the big matchup versus O'Connor and Tucker Smith, the big boy, also going to. So there's that. I'm going to let you go inside the numbers on this.
Well, you talked about Cactus being a little bit of a rival, and you talked about the triangle a little bit with Boulder Creek, but this is the true rivalry for Mountain Ridge. The Ridge SDO game, the rivalry game. The Eagles have won 8 in a row in this rivalry, and everybody on both campuses knows it. Last year was the almost. O'Connor won the game 28-25, and this rivalry started in 2005. So this will be the 20-year anniversary of the beginning of it, and that was O'Connor's first year in the AIA, was 2005.
Jeez, man. And O'Connor got a new coach too, our guy Coach Cullis over there, trying to make things happen. So I'm super excited. Man. This is gonna be look, first off, this is gonna be a lot of fun to talk about. Quick break here. Picari Sweat, one of the many people that shows your boy some love to keep me doing stuff for free. So I know that Gridiron can't have this, so I can't give Gridiron any Picari Sweat. But
what is it called?
It's called Picari Sweat. I want to say it's a.
You're drinking something called Sweat.
Yeah, it's a hydration drink, but I love it.
Full of sugar, isn't it?
It's got a little bit of sugar in it, and I know
a little bit's all right.
It's got 29 grams. Can you handle that?
It's a little sugar there.
Okay.
I think I'll stick with my water over here. That is nice.
Hey, but our guy Gridiron, another shameless plug. Our guy Gridiron did not compare about the Archer beef jerky.
No, I've been enjoying it. Yeah.
He wants another bag. Let's see if this shameless plug. Let's see if this shameless plug can get me another bag of Archer.
Yeah,
jerky.
I endorse the Archer products there, but both the mango habanero jerky there that gives you a little bit of kick in the back of your throat, and then also the beef sticks as well. I eat those a few times a week.
Okay, shout out. Hey, if they send me another box, then I'll definitely make sure that you
There we go.
get some bags of that. So, hey, look,
I gotta go through the players.
Hold on. Let me talk about some of this
Given a
roster.
prediction yet?
No information yet. Just I want to go through some of this roster, which I'm super excited about.
Yep.
Lucas Bachman, their quarterback, their senior leader. I think that he's special, and I think that he's on his way, and I think that he's in line for a big year. They got a full quarterback room. It starts with Lucas Bachman. After that, Amar Sokovic, who I think they're gonna try to find ways to package him in, give him opportunities to change the pace a little bit. They got a young kid, the future of the program. This kid, Diesel Walker. This kid's gonna be special.
Diesel.
Yeah, and I think that he's gonna be an absolute problem on the freshman level. He's probably not gonna get a ton, if any, varsity reps right away.
Now?
He's a freshman.
Okay.
But I think he's going to get quality opportunity to study and learn and hold the clipboard on varsity and learn from Lucas and Amar. After that, super talented running back. I think that he's kind of by himself in this running back room.
They played for the Junior Lions there, the feeder program for Liberty.
Yeah. This kid, Easton McClanahan, I think that he's in line to have a big year. They got a trio of receivers, a pair of Ethans, Ethan Holly, Ethan Fernandez. Ethan Fernandez is probably going to move around in the offense and give teams a lot of different looks. Sanel and Minovich. This kid is going to be their burner. This kid, I think, we can expect to see him take the top off. And he's one of the top hurdlers in state. This kid can absolutely go. Offensive line. This is where this team is going to survive and thrive throughout the season.
Because they're going to face some serious O lines.
And this is where, when they have to dig deep, they're going to be calling on these trench dogs to make sure that the quarterback stays clean. When they get into that to the middle-ish of their schedule with the Liberty Boulder Creek Centennial, stuff like that.
Liberty's got some D linemen.
Yeah. This is where these O linemen are going to come in handy, and they've got some great leaders. Wyatt Tollefson is their center. Landon Williams at left tackle. Jacob Odell at right guard. A bunch of blue collar kids that I think are going to be able to dig deep, grind some things out. Things go bad, they're going to be able to move forward still. So I expect those guys to kind of anchor that and hold the team down and make sure that they can squeeze out some big plays in some tough situations. The defensive line also, as we flip around and start taking a look at the defense, this kid, Brody Hinks, 6'5", interior D lineman. I think he's going to get an opportunity to move outside a little bit. They got a nose tackle over there, Luke Odisho, who I think could be an absolute guy, and then Keelan Chavez, who I think that has been doing some impressive things in the offseason. After that, in the linebacker area, JT Schaefer, super high motor, high IQ. This is the heart and soul of their defense. This is a guy that kind of makes them go. Defensive back athlete, Ezra Villasenor. Kid does a great job tracking the ball, staying with the receivers. And a pair of safeties, Havish Chiramamia. If I pronounce that wrong, let me know. But I think I got that right. Good athlete. Pound for pound, might be one of their stronger kids, better athletes on the team. Braden Fife, senior, he missed Braden Fife, another safety, missed the second half of last year, but could be a big part of Coach Johnson's, revamping this whole situation at Mountain Ridge and bringing them back up where that 2023 class had them going. Gridiron, I'll let you go inside the numbers on this Mountain Ridge team, but I do think that they got something special brewing over there.
All right, Mountain Ridge, 4-6 last season. They finished 2024 by going 3-1. The Lions have only made the playoffs 3 times in the last 14 seasons. Head coach Andrew Johnson in his second year. They are in the 6A Desert Valley region, same region as last year, but a few ins, few outs different. Quarterback Lucas Baumann, the senior, 1,151 yards, 10 TD passes last season. Running back Easton McClanahan, junior, 340 rush yards, 4 TDs last season. Ethan Hawley at receiver, senior, 22 catches, 285 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Over on defense, JT Schaefer, senior linebacker, had 62 tackles to lead the team, 17 tackles for losses, and 2 sacks. Up front, you got Brody Hinks, the senior defensive tackle, 6'5", 235, had 47 tackles, 5 sacks, and a forced fumble. You also have Keelan Chavez, senior defensive end. He's 6'3", 215, and he's been learning a new position for his senior year. I think he was on the offense last year. Safety Braden Fife is a senior, 24 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery in just the 6 games, as you mentioned, missing the end of the season there.
Okay. Look, I think that
and I'm pretty sure they have 3 levels of football. Yeah, they
one. I think that Gridiron is for sure gonna go lower than me on this.
Yeah, they got all 3 levels.
But good
You better
coaching.
not say 8-2.
Listen. Well, first off, the best that they can do is 9-1 because they got Liberty on the
Because
schedule.
they got Liberty on the schedule.
And I've been saying this for anybody that has Liberty.
By the way, I saw that the national rivals person today.
Andy.
Not only predicted Liberty to win the title, but predicted them to beat Corner Canyon on the road.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell people.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell people. Listen, take Liberty seriously. Take Liberty seriously. This is a team that is going to go down. Coach Thomas is going to go down in history as creating one of the craziest and best dynasties of all time here in Arizona. Of all
they're
time.
And they're right there again as the among the favorites. Yeah, absolutely.
The next high school coach to make the jump to college. What he's done has been absolutely so impressive, but this is not Liberty's time for conversation.
Who done
so we are going to discuss Mountain Ridge. The best they can do is 9-1. However, I think that they got a couple of hiccups on this schedule here that they're not. I don't think they're going to go 9-1. I know
you love Mountain Point because you had them going 8-2.
I do love Mountain Point. I am going to take Mountain Ridge. I do think they can win 7 games.
And I know you love Centennial because you had them going 8-2.
I do think that Mountain Ridge could squeeze 7 games with some good coaching and the ball bouncing their way. I'm gonna play this one safe. Give me Mountain Ridge for 6. Give me Mountain Ridge for 6. I think that they can shock the world in 1 or 2 games, pull off some upsets, some games that we don't think that they can win. I think that good coaching, these leaders in the trenches, good quarterback leadership from Bachman, and confirmed it is Bachman. It is Bachman. So
you do pronounce the G. Okay.
It's Bachman. I
wasn't sure if it was Bachman. A Bachman or Bauman.
No,
Bogman.
It's Bachman. Bachman. Like
Bogman.
Like Bockman. Bachman.
Okay, Bachman.
Bachman.
Got it.
So yeah.
He was the starter last year.
The Havish Churamamia, I'm not so sure about, but
that sounded really good. Rolled right off the tongue.
Yeah. I try, and if I got it wrong, let me know. Reach out to me.
Braden Fife.
Okay. Listen, I think. Listen, in getting to 6 wins and possibly 7, some things have to happen. Bachman does have to go off. He has to go off, even with special package Sukovic coming in and helping out. He has to go off. Sanel Aminovich has to go off. And I need my man JT Schaefer to absolutely go and grab 100 tackles, triple-digit tackles. No joke. Don't play around. Find the running back. Find the receivers running the short routes, the tight ends.
Lock in.
Hit them. And hit them hard. Cause some fumbles. Also, I need Brody Hinks to bat down at least 7 passes on the season. So there's that.
I'm
But
gonna go.
Give me 6.
I'm not gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 5-5 for Mountain Ridge. I think this is a team that could be playing better as the season goes on, which I
Okay.
think bodes well because this could be the year that they beat O'Connor at the end. So I'm gonna go with that.
Oof. Okay. And when I get Tucker Smith on the show, I'm gonna make sure that we rewind and replay that segment. Look, man, this is tough. The hardest part about projecting this is trying to project accurately.
Well, I mean, for them to go 7-3, I know you said 6-4, but for them to go 7-3, they're going to have to come out of those first 3 with 2 wins. Because Liberty and Centennial are looming later, so you got to come out with Cactus, Pinnacle, Mountain Point. You got to win 2 of those.
Yeah, I think what me and you definitely agree on is that Liberty and Centennial are going to be games that they struggle in, and Liberty they're going to lose because we both agree that Liberty is going to be 10-0 ish. They're going to be undefeated ish.
I think I had 9-1, but yeah.
Yeah, but same thing. But you still think that they could be 10-0 because if you got them for 9, that means you think they could win 10. So that's the way that this projection thing has always worked. So you got Mountain Ridge for 5, and I got them for 6. Listen, I'm telling you right now, like after the Liberty Centennial game, good coaching is going to shine in some of these games. And if it's a chess match, between Coach Johnson and almost any other coach in the state, I'll let y'all ask Coach Mons who he would take. And he's going to tell you that he will take Coach Johnson because Coach Johnson has coached with and under Coach Mons for a very long time.
Yep.
Very long time. And Coach Outley
and got one of his old guys from Saguaro with him on the staff too now.
Yeah. So I love this. And guys like Coach Hickam and Coach LeBlanc and those guys are great molders of young talent. So I'm super excited, man. I think that I think that both of these schedules that we broke down, I think that we're close-ish, and I'm
I got them both
excited.
Improvement. That's the important part.
Yeah, you're a hater with Tempe, but it's okay. It's okay. Coach Pinnock over here still appreciates you. Apparently,
right, well,
I think he appreciates me a little bit more.
You put a little more pressure on him. Yeah.
Hey, pressure makes diamonds. So
that's right.
That's what they say, right? Pressure makes diamonds, and that's what they're trying to make over there on Mill Avenue is diamonds. They're trying to absorb some of that ASU
that's
mojo.
Right. Soak some of that up.
So they're going to do that. But look, Gridiron, we got 2 more weeks, right? We got 2 more weeks of schedule breakdowns.
Correct. 2 more weeks of this, and then we'll be previewing the week 1 of the 3 and 4A schools.
Have you figured out which games you
we're
preview yet, or
week 1 for 3A 4A? Because then I'm calling the next week 1. So.
Okay. So have you already picked which teams you want to break down for the 3A 4A week?
I have not looked at it. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's 2A, 3A. The 4A.
Or 2A, 3A. I'm sorry.
The 4A begin the same time as the 5A, 6A.
That's right.
So the first week is 2A, 3A.
So
I have not looked at the schedule, so I don't know yet.
So your schedule picks can.
Do we have a 2A, 3A school that's been asking?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I mean, shoot, whichever 2A, 3A programs want to badger me and Gridiron the most on social media.
Because we'll break down 2 games each week, and hopefully we'll be bringing back the Spotlight Player of the Week, which we can bring back that week also.
Can we?
Well, maybe we have to wait till the next week. Yeah.
Are there any?
No, I think we have to wait.
3A commit. I think we have to wait till next week.
I'll have to look. Yeah, probably not.
All right, and for those that are keeping up, Inside the Number Spotlight players are literally undefeated
last season.
Undefeated last season. Well, we've only done it 1 season.
We've only done one season.
So, right? We've only done it 1 season.
Correct.
Okay. So, undefeated. So if you're an inside the number spotlight player, and
It's only good
and
for
you play
1 week,
the-
not the season.
that means that all the pressure is on your team. Because Gridiron's trying to keep his perfect record intact. He likes the 0 in the loss column right now for his inside the numbers
Yep.
guys. So
Well,
right.
it's going to be a 0 in the win column when we start. So
true. And let's try to keep the 0 in the loss column and keep all the numbers in the win column. All right, Gridiron. Other than that, any other news breaking or otherwise that everybody should know about?
Breaking news. I can't think of anything right this minute.
All right, perfect. Then we're going to move on. And
for one thing here, I think we might have a guy we can do for the first spotlight. Check. Let me see here. I'm almost there.
As we wait.
Yep. We can do one the first. Let me make sure they play that week.
Dun dun dun.
Yep. We will have a spotlight player in 3 weeks.
Okay, there it is.
That first week of 2A, 3A games, we will have a spotlight player.
All right, there it is. I'm not sure who it is, but Gridiron's going to let me know.
Yep, I'll let you know.
he'll let me know at some point. It's always a surprise for me too. So there's that. Also bringing back the male female athlete of the week with Marlo's Pizza and the Athletic Club, Gridiron Athletic Club. Gridiron? No.
Is it Fiesta Bowl?
No, it's not Fiesta Bowl. It's,
who was it?
Coach DeGreniers. Gotta believe Athletic.
Gotta
Club.
believe. That's right.
Yeah.
Gotta believe.
Gotta
believe, and it was it Barrow's Pizza?
Yeah, gotta believe, and I think Barrow's Pizza. Otherwise, shameless plug for Barrow's Pizza, which I absolutely love. Also,
make sure you get the right pizza people out.
You never know. All right, Gridiron, I'm gonna catch up with you down the line. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Our guy Gridiron been holding us down. Manual scoreboards, all the good stuff inside the number segment. Been going strong inside the number segment. Been going strong for what? 4 years now.
What's that?
Inside the number segment been going strong for what? 4 years now.
I think we figured out I've been on here for like 7 years, but I don't think we called it inside the numbers for a while.
No, it officially got the inside the number segment title. I think 4 years ago. This will be the 5th year.
This is probably the 4th season of doing the game build-ups. Yeah.
The 5 year anniversary.
Yeah.
The 5 year anniversary.
There we go.
That's crazy. All right, Gridiron. I appreciate you. I'll catch up with you next week. And how's the weather down there? Still blazing hot?
It's blazing hot. We're gonna be coming real close to 110 all week. It's been a monsoon year. Has maybe rained twice, and that's only in parts of the valley. So it's hotter than. Some of us are wondering if it's all waiting for the monsoon to come on Football Fridays, like it did 2 years ago. So.
All right.
I not hotter in the backpack, and last year it never got open. So we'll see what happens this year.
All right. Not hotter than the mango habanero Archer grass-fed beef jerky.
Yeah.
So
good stuff.
All right. I'm gonna be coming down, so hopefully I can bring some of the cool weather with me, like I did last time. And
we did have a couple cool weeks in July. It was cooler than it was last year, when we had like the record number of 110-degree days in a row that went on,
which was crazy.
Went for like more than a month or something. But we had a couple weeks that was below average. Actually, a couple days that were under 100, but not this week. So
okay, got some cool things.
So for those people that are already practicing, the 2A, 3A, and for the bigger schools are going to start practicing next week. Hydrate this week. Because they're all putting the helmets on next week. So
I heard schools are practicing right now in the 115. So
well, that's what I mean. The 2A and 3As started practicing Monday. Monday was the first day you could go. I think you do helmets the first day, and then you had to wait like till practice 4 for pads or something like that. So that's still coming up. But, yeah, they had helmets on yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely insane. All right, Gridiron, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm going to catch up with you down the line next week, same time, 2 new schools, and we'll figure out those schools next week. Gridiron, you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to catch up with you so that we can grab some lunch, some DeFalco's or something.
Sounds good.
All right, man. You take care. All right, your boy Chili. I'm gonna make my way out of here because I do got to jump on the ALL.net jet. Shout out to Papa Iniosa. It's not really the ALL.net jet. It's actually the Southwest jet that ALL.net pays for the plane flight. So I'm gonna do that. Shout out to the sponsor. Also gotta show up to Recruit ID. Make sure that you jump on their Recruit ID Plus. Check that out. If you get a chance, listen, cool bracelet. You got to buy something anyways. Even if you get one of those little tappy card things, you still got to buy something. So, you might as well like give this a shot. Support somebody in the community. Shout out to Burrito Express. I know that they got a meet and greet coming up with the running back from ASU, Sip, and they're doing the lemonade thing and all that stuff. So make sure that you guys show some love to Burrito Express. And shout out to Henry Brown, GMC, took care of me for the Hummer Pool for the big man competition at Flight Club. And I'm always so grateful for anybody that wants to show love, whether it's Archer Beef Jerky or Picari Sweat. Show love to the people that show you love. Don't forget that. Other than that, Maryville Backpack Drive, I'm going to try to make it over there for that. Tomorrow, I think it's like 1 to 3, 12 to 3. Shout out to Will Johnson, Walter Nolan, your boy Chili. I'm gonna make my way out of here at Just Chili, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Holler at your guy. Also, Just Chili TV on YouTube, TikTok. I'm not doing too much stuff on TikTok. I just kind of troll, but I might put some highlights up there. So you just never know. On the YouTube thing, show some love. Hit the like button. Let's start the chat up. I'm trying to figure out how that whole thing works. Just want to make sure that I give all the due to whoever I can. All the juice to whoever I can. Other than that, I am out of here. Forks up forever. Y'all know the deal.